The meeting, first order of business is approval of meetings for September, minutes from September. Does anybody have any changes?
No.
No.
Okay, so, can I get a vote?
I'll make the motion.
Benny
I'll
makes-
second.
And Granite seconds it. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, that's the end of that. The minutes are approved. We spoke about the next meeting next month is going to be November 15th instead of the 4th. 8th, I'm sorry. Instead of November 8th, it's going to be November 15th. And that'll be on Zoom.
Okay.
Okay, now first was the public hearing for James and Kristan Connolly. 51 Route 403, Garrison, New York. And applicant is seeking a variance for a rear yard setback to install a swimming pool. How many feet is that setback? Hold on 1 second. The setback is the 50-foot setback, and the swimming pool is within the 22-foot 9-inch of the rear yard where 50 foot is required. So he's looking for a 27.25-inch variance. Is Mr. Connolly here?
Good evening.
Hi, how are you, sir?
Good, thank you. How are you?
Good. All right. You're seeking a variance for a swimming pool and just a rear yard, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, just a rear yard. And you're looking for 27.25, 27 feet, 0.25-inch variance, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. I know your house was just recently built, right? If I remember, we gave you a variance the last 2 years ago. Or last
Yes,
year.
about a little over 2 years ago. Yes.
Okay. You want to tell us a little bit about it? What you're looking for here?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you well.
Can you tell us a little bit about what you're trying to do here?
Sure. So we're looking to construct a in-ground swimming pool in the backyard behind the house. The pool is going to be 20 by 40 in-ground, so it's going to be flush with the ground. It's going to be located in the rear of the house on a flat piece of the backyard back there.
Right.
There's a set of pine trees that it's going to sit behind, so you're not going to be able to see it from the road or anything like that.
I don't think there's any right behind you, is there?
No, it's a state park behind us. It's going to be
Right.
a part of Hudson Highlands, technically.
Right.
I reached out to Evan Thompson, who's the park manager. I provided him with a set of the plans and a brief description of what we were doing. He reviewed the plans, and I kind of, before I even put this into Greg Warner or anything like that, I went to him, Evan, first, and wanted to make sure that the state had no issues with it. And his response to me was that they had no issues with it. They reviewed the plans, and he felt there was no impacts on the park.
Okay, great, very good. Does any board members have any questions on this?
Yeah. Your other neighbors, is anybody else in close proximity to the pool? And and how far is your next closest neighbor?
Sure. So I have, aside from the park, my property's directly attached to the Etter family, who's on the one side of me over there. I want to look at the exact numbers right here, but we're pretty far from where that's at. I also discussed it with him, and he had no issues with the plan. So it's going to be 90 feet from his property line, and the setback requirement for the side of the property is 20 feet.
Oh, it's going to be 80 feet from his property line?
90 feet from his property.
90 feet. Oh, okay.
And it only requires 20 from his side. But either way, I just, as being a good neighbor, I wanted to speak to him, and I spoke to the neighbors across the street as well, even though they won't be able to see it. And
They were all notified. They were all
Yes.
notified anyway of the hearing.
Right.
What did you say, 90 feet? Oh, 90 feet, yeah, hold on. Lenny has a question. 90 feet from the sideline. Yeah, he doesn't need a sideline variance. Okay. Okay, it's just a rear yard variance, okay.
Yeah, is there any other neighbor that on the other side of you, or?
no, it's pretty rural over here. The state park wraps pretty much around my property, except for the Etter family.
Okay, that's fortunate.
Yeah.
All right, any other members have any questions? All right, Kelly, do you know if there's anybody in the audience who would like to speak on this?
Why did you pick that location and not an area that wasn't in the setback?
So
Is there a
there's
reason?
really no other feasible area. Actually, there's really no area to put it if it wasn't, there's nowhere in the front to put it. have the front setback issue, and you wouldn't want it in the front anyway. And on the driveway side of the property, if you look at the plans over there, there's really nowhere feasible to put it. If you're looking at the plan and you're not seeing the topography over there, behind the right side of the driveway, it's pretty much a steep slope over there. And you'd also see it from the road, which you really wouldn't want.
Right.
Okay. Thank you.
Any other questions?
So because the topography you can't from any other place.
Correct.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, the house is like up on a hill, and he's right on, it was 301 there, and in front of the house, there is a steep, like a hill coming down. Okay. Is there anybody wants to talk on this, Kelly, do you know, or anybody in the audience?
There's nobody that had their hands up.
All right, nobody has their hands up, so there's nobody in the audience. All right, this time I want to go over the 5 factors with you, Mr. Kelly. Mr. Connolly, I'm sorry. What possible detriment would the variance have on a nearby property? Variance would result in no detriment to nearby properties. It will not be visible to neighbors. No, it will block any views. No additional light. What impacts would the variance have on the character of the neighborhood? The variance would have no impact on the character of the neighborhood. My property is similar to others in the neighborhood. If you don't get the variance, how else could you build to accomplish your goal? Without the variance, this project could not be completed. There are no other feasible locations on the property to construct the pool. Well, your map shows that, the topography, plus I know where the house is, and I agree with you on that. What code is required? We said that's the 50-foot rear setback, and there's no neighbors behind you except the state. How large is the variance? You want 27 feet, 0.25 inches. What impact would the effective variance have on current physical environmental conditions? The proposed project would not impact any environmental conditions in the area. No significant grading is proposed. As the proposed area is a level area. No vegetation will be removed. There will be no change in any water course or drainage. No emissions or noise will be produced. This area outside the scenic protection overlay is not visible to the public. Is the variance requested as a result of a self-created hardship? The variance is requested as a result of our family's desire for a swimming pool for our family's use. The property was purchased approximately 2 years ago in 2019. Are there any other questions from the board? Anybody? All right, this time, can I get a motion to close the public hearing?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Motion, Wendy Wim seconds it. All in favor?
Aye.
I now take a vote on the variance. Mr. Sestone,
I vote in favor.
in favor. Mr. Lim?
I'll vote in favor.
Mr. Lim votes in favor. Okay, Paul,
I vote to approve.
favor. Francis?
I vote to
Favor.
approve.
I vote to approve. Okay, so it's approved unanimously. Now, Mr. Connolly, you know, the last time you had to wait for the resolution from the attorney and all like that, I know, you know, to get your building permit. But we have a new form now that we had, the secretary will fill it out, and I'll go up and I'll sign it. You'll be able to get the building permit right away. So I would say within 2 days. I'd say give him 2 days because poor secretary's out tonight. Her dad passed away. So give us a couple of days.
No rush.
Okay, all right, because you're not gonna be swimming this month.
No, sir.
Right. All right, but you're all set. You got your variance and good luck.
Great. Thank you all.
Right, good night.
Good night.
Okay.
Right.
All right, next one, public hearing is for, let's see, John and Virginia Kelly, 3 Downey Lane, Cold Spring. Applicant proposes a 312 square foot addition to a 1,624 square foot pre-existing non-conforming structure. The application does not comply with section 175-23B2. The application proposes a 19-foot wide west yard setback where 30 feet is required. So I guess, Adam, would that be, would he need 2 variances? Would he need the variance also for the, he's not going over the 25%, right?
No, no,
Right.
he was only, according to the code enforcement officer, it's just a side yard setback, one side
Okay.
yard setback, 30 feet is required, is proposing 19.
19, okay, all right. I noticed somebody who's representing him. Is he here? That's the contractor, I believe Kelly.
Yep, Nikki's on.
Okay, we'll speak to him.
Yep, and then Kim Connor's on. She has her hand up whenever you're ready for her.
Okay.
Okay.
Is the builder there, Nikki, whatever?
Nikki, are you there?
Hello? He's not here.
We tried. Nikki, are you there?
All right, let's do Kim Connor then. Let's see here, until he comes back. Hold on. Waiting for, I thought the builder was gonna come on, but I don't know.
Nikki is on now.
Oh, Nick,
Okay.
hello,
That's Kim, isn't it?
Nick? What's your
Yes,
last
how are
name,
you?
Nick? Yeah, I can't see you, I can't hear you.
Oh, okay, both.
Hello,
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now. Boy, that's a famous ad, huh? Can you hear me now? I can hear you now. All right, last month, you needed a few things to complete your application. You needed a stamp survey, which you provided.
Yes, sir.
You needed the stamp building plans, which you provided. And you need the authorization letter, which we also got. So tell us what you're trying to do here.
Basically what we're trying to do is in front of the existing house, right in front of the garage doors, is put a 12-foot wide by width of the house, which is 26-foot wide, 12-foot deep by 26-foot wide, ground floor, three-season room.
Right.
And actually, no, I'm sorry, it'd be a 4-season room. Above that would have a deck off the edge of the kitchen. From there, they'll be able to have some more space. We'll remove a little bit of blacktop because again, it's in the driveway, and just give them some more space. The way the house was built, it was put up against the ledge on the opposite side of where the property lines are. So there's really no place to go. And once we pulled the permits, or once we pulled the survey, realized, unfortunately, when they did this, they jammed it right against the property line. So it's causing a little bit of havoc. But basically, it's a 12-foot wide by 26-foot family room. They already use the rest of the house and the basement. There's some talk of repurposing some of the basement they're using into some different rooms.
Right.
But like I said, we'll do a deck over the room with an EPDM weatherproof porch so they could use it year round. It has large doors that open up. It's kind of an outdoor-indoor space because the house is kind of small, and an addition is extremely problematic on the house.
Okay. Yeah, no, I took a look at it. It is right up against the property line. You know, you wonder when you build houses like that for that property, why they put it up against the property line. But I guess it was caused a downgrade, maybe. I don't know.
I'm assuming when they did it was because of the amount of rock, and it was the simplest solution at the time.
Right, right. So you're just looking for a side yard variance, right?
Correct.
West side yard.
Is this a one-family structure? I mean, excuse me, one-story structure?
1.5.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, Wayne?
When was the house built?
When was the house built?
Yeah.
Any idea?
I believe the house was built
An old home,
in 1990.
Okay, 1990.
I just want to mention that your plans have the room as 11 by 24, and you're saying it's 12 by 26, I believe.
It's probably an inside dimension versus an outside dimension.
Gotta correct that on the application then.
Right. Hold on.
Yeah, overall outside is 12 by 26. Inside is 11.6 by 24.
Okay. And what you're looking for is this, the side yard where is 30 feet required. You're proposing a 19 foot, right?
That is correct.
Okay.
Bob, is he using a 26 or a 24
I have a question. How many bedrooms are in this house? I only saw one bedroom on the plan.
There are 2 bedrooms, and it's approved for 3 bedrooms.
So I didn't see the second bedroom on the first floor.
It's on the second, it'll be on the second floor, which may not be on these plans.
Oh, okay, all right,
It's like a half a story up there or something.
That
like
is correct.
okay,
Top of it.
Okay.
I saw that when I passed by it, I saw it. Okay.
yeah, okay.
Questions for any board members or anybody else? No. All right. I think Tim Connor said you wanted to speak. Is she here? Kelly?
Yeah, hi.
Hi.
Can you hear me?
Sure. Go ahead.
Okay. So I'm a neighbor. My property's on the other side of the line. And I just have a question. Is there a shed on this property? Because we were under the impression that there was a shed somewhere on this property that actually went over the line, you know?
I do not believe there is one. There may have been prior to them owning it. I don't think there is, but I'm not 100% certain.
Okay.
I know there's no shed on this corner of the line because that would be on the driveway.
Okay. So I just wanted to, you know how it is when it comes up for review, that's when you want to address all the things that might be
Understood.
incorrect, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
So, so that's just my question. I guess you don't have the applicant available to answer.
No. Mr. How do you spell your last name? How do you pronounce that?
Lissicatos.
Listigatus. All right. I'm gonna call you Nicky. It's easier than you have to the
That's
last.
fine. Thank you.
Okay. He's the contractor and he has a lot of authorization from the owner. He's representing the owner. Kim.
Yeah.
Is there a shed or isn't there a shed?
Oh, well, I guess, but Mr. Lim says, is there a shed or there isn't a shed? He doesn't know if there's a shed there or not. I'm talking to Mr. Lim on the phone. He doesn't know there's a shed there. Well, all we can do is that, if Kim, you feel there's a complaint for the shed, you just call a building inspector, you know, and he'll check it out. If you feel there's a shed there illegally, and he can go out and check it out.
And then discuss it with the building inspector if it's over the line.
Correct.
Yeah, that's the process. Okay.
Yeah, because if it's over the line, then they'll have to go back for variance for the shed.
Yeah. So are there windows looking out, you know, from the back or from the side?
There will be, yes, there's the looking out away from the house. The whole front has 2 large glass double doors that open so they can have an outdoor space and kind of combine it with inside. And on the driveway side, there is also a glass window that looks out towards the driveway side.
Okay, because I'm looking at your plan and it looked like garage doors to me. So those are
No,
windows?
they're double atrium doors that hinge open.
I see. And so they're looking sort of up the hill to the north?
That is correct.
Yeah. Okay. And do you know, I don't remember what the tree line is like on the other side. Are there trees at all on the property line? Any kind of screening?
It's funny the way the property was built. Obviously, when they did all the work, because the tree line is quite a bit back. There's a rock retaining wall that borders the edge of the driveway, and then there's some low-lying clearing stuff in kind of a low area before it heads towards your house.
Mhm.
The tree line is a little further back because I can't see your house.
Yeah. Okay. It's pretty rocky on the other side, isn't it? Pretty
Correct.
steep. Yeah. So if someday there were a house up above at the top, do you think that it would be possible to see into this house from there? Like on my side of the property?
Hold on, say that one more time. I'm sorry.
So if let's just have a hypothetical, if I built a house up on the top of the ridge there, do you think I'd be able to see into this property, or is it so steep for a while that will just be pretty far?
It's hard for me to answer that. I didn't really I mean, if you have an elevated view, I would assume you'd see this, but it's hard for me to give you a really good answer on that without understanding where you would put your house. Because there is a lot of woods there. There's a lot of mountain laurel, a lot of undergrowth. It would be, I'd be remiss in giving an answer on that without understanding where your house might be located.
Okay. All right. Yeah, just, you got to think about the future.
Understood.
Yeah. Okay. Because it's my, it's basically my impression that it's so steep there that probably you wouldn't build anything that was too close. But I have not been on that property to look from the, from the Downey Lane side into my property. Okay. I think that's all my questions.
Okay, great. Any other board members have any questions?
Yeah, Mrs. Connor, where are you located on the property? I may have missed it. I mean,
Where's my house?
in relation to the structure.
So this piece of property is a large piece of property. It's about 60 acres.
Mm-hmm.
And our house is to the northwest. So if you, on the document that you have on the plan drawing,
Right.
if you went straight up from the house, my house is probably several hundred feet from that house. I'm not good at estimating distance.
Okay, that's all I asked.
I can occasionally, I'll put it this way, I can see light from this house sometimes. It's an A-frame, so at night sometimes you can kind of see it in the winter.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't.
Leaves are off.
Sorry?
Yeah, the leaves are off.
Yeah. But not, it's pretty far.
And you were talking about a shed before. Have you seen a shed on this property?
I haven't been over to this property. My husband has, and it was what I remember, the conversation that we had, he's not available tonight, was that we believe that at some point in the past, we've owned this house for like 20 years almost. And at some point in the past 20 years, we had the impression that there was a shed of some description on the property line, actually over the property line. Like, I don't know what kind of shed it is. I don't know if it was like a Home Depot, foundationless shed or what.
Mm-hmm.
But that's why I thought I would ask.
Okay. Thank you.
Well, like I said, the survey doesn't show a shed or anything like that, so if there's any question, I'm sure the building inspector could check that out. If you have a question for them.
Kim, I just wanted to clarify, the 60-acre property, that's your property, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Any other questions from?
It's the property on the plan that says Merson.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bob, does the deck extend over the room?
There's a lot of.
Does the deck extend over the room?
Mr. Lim wants to know if the deck extends over the room.
On the driveway side, it cantilevers for about a foot.
All right, you hear it?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Any other questions from anybody? Any board members? Or we pretty much covered everything, or?
I do what I want.
Okay. I go over the 5 factors here. I guess you fill these 5 factors out, Nikki, but you got it's like almost like on a blank page, so we're gonna have to go over them, okay? First question is, what possible detriment would the variance have on nearby property? Where is he? Nick?
No, I'm sorry.
What is first question? We got to go 5 factors. I know you wrote some stuff down, but it's on a blank sheet. I mean, somehow all the questions got blanked out.
Oh, got you.
So let's go over them. So what possible detriment would the variance have on a nearby property?
It won't have any detriment to any nearby property.
Okay, so I can say I got an answer here. He says the deck, the indoor front door room would let's see, cover the property line by 2.5 feet. The current house, however, still maintains the 30 feet at the corner. House was placed prior to rezoning. Okay, that's something else. All right, let's see here. Okay, no detriment. You got here, no detriment to nearby property. All right, what impact would the variance have on the character of the neighborhood? And you said, no impact to the character of the neighborhood. It does contain similar setbacks heights due to the rezoning property is similar to others in the area. The neighborhood will not change if others requested similar variances. All right. If you didn't get the variance, how else could you accomplish your goal? If you didn't get the variance, the goal would be unobtainable due to the design where the house is situated. And I understand that a little bit because like I drove by, took a look at it, and you know, like I said, years ago, I guess nobody thought going forward. They put the house right up against the property line, and it's all the way back there. So I don't know how else you could do it. What is the code you seek to vary? You seek to vary the setback, side yard setback, west side yard setback. You seek an 11-foot variance. Is that what you're asking for?
I believe so,
Yes.
yes,
You have on your questions here, 11-foot variance.
yes.
Let's see. What impact or effect would the variance have on current physical and environmental conditions in the area? Variance would have no effect on the current. Variance would allow the no blasting, no grading, and no removing pavement.
We are removing, excuse me, I'm removing the 12 by 26 area, which I will take the pavement out and make it concrete.
Okay, all right. Is the variance requested as a result of self-created hardship? Variance does not result in self-created hardship. Yes, there was a need for a variance when a property was purchased. Property was purchased in 2017. Not built with a permit. Not a result of someone's mistake. Well, it wasn't built with a permit.
I'm sorry?
If it wasn't built with a permit, somebody made a mistake.
Understood, understood.
Okay, so I mean, as far as that goes. Is there any other questions from anybody? Can I get a proposal to close the public hearing? Motion?
I think so.
Okay, Granite makes the motion, Mr. Lim seconds it. All in favor?
Aye.
All right.
Why?
Public hearing is closed. I'm gonna call for a vote at this time. Mr. Stone,
I vote in favor.
in favor? Mr. Frenza?
I vote in favor.
Ms. Claire?
I vote to approve also.
Mr. Lim?
I'll vote in favor.
Okay, and I vote in favor. So, Nikki, it's unanimous. You're all set to go. Like, there's a new form. You used to have to wait for the a resolution from the attorney, but unfortunately, our secretary's outside. Her father passed away, so it's going to take a day or two to get to the building
No
inspector.
problem.
Okay, but you're all
Yes.
set.
Thank you very much for all your time and effort.
Okay, have a good night.
Thank you, you too, thank you.
Goodbye now. Okay. Is there any old business? Any new business? No, boy, everybody's quiet. Any motions?
Second.
Mr. Lim makes a motion to adjourn. I got a second. This is second seconds. It all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
We'll see you next,
Yep, that's fine, and I have it down for the 15th.
next 15th will be a Zoom. Okay, thanks.
Okay,
Okay.
Good night.
be
guys.
well, guys.
Have a good
Yeah,
night.
you too.
Thank
Good
you.
night.